Ephesians 5:21 says, husbands and wives were to submit to one another. Why? Not because he's better than I am or she's better than I am. Out of reverence for Christ. That's why we submit to each other. If you want to improve your relationship with your spouse, you have to improve your relationship with God. When we don't understand that our needs are met with God, then what happens is, not far into our marriage, we start thinking, man, he doesn't love me anymore. Man, she's not really what I thought she was going to be. Man, I married the wrong person. And then here's what screwed up Christians do. They go, well, maybe God didn't want me to marry this person. Look, once you marry that person, you've thrown out the maybe God didn't want me to. You should have been praying about who God wanted you to marry before you got married, not praying about how you got messed up after you got married, you know? Once you've made that commitment between you and your spouse and God, that love's there, but you've got to learn how to make that happen. And here's what you got to be careful of. Once you get to the point where you feel like your needs aren't being met, then what happens is all of a sudden you hear something like this. Two guys are sitting in a bar and he's telling this other guy, hey, you know, with this girl at the office, she's the first person to ever really understand me. My wife doesn't understand me. She doesn't care anything about me. All she cares about is the kids, or all she cares about is shopping, or, you know, all she cares about whatever. And I just want to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in a situation at all where there's somebody of the opposite sex that is meeting your emotional needs, if you say something like that, if you feel better talking about your problems to somebody else other than your spouse, then it's time to run right now. The Bible says flee temptation, flee from sexual immorality. Physical affairs always start with emotional affairs. Always.